friends, it's me Asma Jahangir, and today we will go through unit number 2, map reading skills. So first we are going to talk about maps and globes, and I'm expecting some things from you people. I'll demonstrate my understanding of how to use globe, maps and other geographical tools, being able to tell the purpose of a map and being able to identify the name or point to the 6 parts of a map. So, moving ahead, let's discuss what is a map. A map is a flat drawing of a place or a part of the world. Here you can see in the picture, it's a drawing of a flat paper on which the word map is drawn. A map looks as if it were drawn from the view of someone sitting in an aeroplane. So, the picture of a map just looks like as if someone is sitting on an aeroplane and he has captured the view of the earth. So here is a definition of a globe. A globe is round and represents our whole planet. A globe shows countries, continents and oceans. So it's basically round in shape and it shows the different parts of the earth, for example countries, continents and oceans. Things on a globe are shown from the view of someone sitting up high in space. It just seems as someone is sitting on space and he's taking the picture from the space of Earth, and it just like looks like so many planets like um, Mercury and many others. Maps are used to determine where you are going. For example, if we see the definition of map, these maps are basically used to find out the directions, which is our destination with from where we have started our travel, and what is the reaching point of someone. In ancient times people used to use maps made from paper, but now in modern times, as we all know, we are having so many gadgets. We are having cell phones and we are having vehicles and which are supported maps, then we are having laptops. So you can see many people are using gadgets to find out the directions, even if we are going to an unknown place and we don't know the directions, we use map, Google Maps, or um, any other map to find out the direction that actually shows the basic turns. For example, you can see that sounds like turn right, turn left, and we can find out the directions of different map. We can find out the symbols of restaurants, mosques and markets. So for finding out the destination, maps are used in a best way. Act as a model of Earth's surface and locate various places. As I have told you earlier, they can locate various places. For example, if we have to shop for something and we don't know the way to shop, we can take help from map. We can use gadgets for locating different places. Show the various features or types of material found in a certain area. That shows the different features and types of materials found in a certain area. So it was the use of map. Okay, these are basically the parts of globe and map. Basically we are having 6 parts of a globe or a map, including compass rose, symbols, key, scales, titles, and labels. Now we are going to discuss these parts one by one. Here comes first, that is compass. Maps and globes have some ways of showing the directions. Here you can see it's a picture of a compass that is showing north, south, east, and west. This is a symbol which is made on the paper. This symbol is called a compass rose. A compass rose is used to display the orientation of the cardinal directions, north, east, south, and west, and their intermediate points. Intermediate points mean distance between north and east is called northeast. Distance between south and east is called southeast. Distance between south and west is called southwest. And the distance between north and west is called northwest. So basically these are intermediate points which shows the cardinal directions. Okay, it's very hard for kids to memorize the directions and their names basically. So here's a hint to help you remember. I'm going to give you a sentence. You can memorize this sentence, and I guarantee you, people, you will never ever forget the directions in your life. So here is sentence: never eat soggy worms. So here, never, that if we pick the first letter of never, that means north. Then eat, if we pick the first letter of eat, that is E for east. Soggy, S for south. Worms, W for west. So here is a sentence. You can memorize this sentence: never eat soggy worms. So this shows the directions. And for north, E for east, S for south, and W for worms. You can create your own sentence if you want to create. So maps have symbols that stand for things drawn on a map. Here you can see symbols, for example, post, telephone, hospital, airport, food corner, and so many other symbols. These symbols actually represent the places they are having in the map. Okay. Third part of the map is map key. Symbols on a map are explained on a map key. Here you can see the symbol of a tree that represents park, symbol of G that represents gas station, symbol of fire that represents campground. Simple, here is a given a symbol railroad, then straight line is given as a symbol of road. So here is map key, and these symbols are shown on a map key. Okay, next part is maps have scales. Scales are a way to measure distance. Map makers usually have to draw things smaller on their maps than they really are. For example, a scale can show how many miles are represented by a certain amount of space on the map. So the map, as you can see, that is expanded on a piece of paper or a chart, and that is not too big to show the actual distance, but the scale is given for measuring the distance that is shown in some hints. For example, you can see, take a look at this map. It shows 1 inch for 4 miles. So 1 inch is equal to 4 miles. Same as if we are going to increase the distance, we are going to increase the inches. For example, 2 inches, that would be equal to 8 miles. Then 3 inches would be equal to 12 miles. 4 inches would be equal to 16 miles. So if we are going to measure any distance from the map, we have to use scale in inches, and that will show the actual distance, how many miles we have measured. You could use a ruler and mark how many inches between the two towns on the map. Here, example is given. The two towns are about 2.5 inches apart on the map. 1 inch is equal to 4 miles and 2 inches is equal to 8 miles. So 2.5 inches on the map equals to 10 miles in real lifetime. Okay, last part of the map is title or labels. Maps have titles. The title tell us what the map is about. Here is given a treasure map as your kids and you used to play so many games, and treasure maps are given over there. You can find the treasure by locating the exact location of the map by using your directions of map. So basically there are many types of titles of the map. For example, this is treasure map, but if we are going through the weather map, you can see that will show which are the areas in which rain is expected, or which are the areas which are the driest part of the earth, or which are the areas which are having hills and mountains. So there are so many different types of maps. They are basically the titles of the map. Maps have labels. Labels tell us that things on a map are. So here you can see in red, labels are given. So these are going to represent before you the actual ways or the directions. For example, bus stop, school, and so many other things are located through labels. Maps and globes have many of the parts, same of the parts. Let's practice. So this one is compass rose. Then we are having here symbols. Then this is key. This is scales. These are titles, and these are labels. So these are the basic 6 parts of globes and maps. Do you remember what the parts of a map are called? Here is a blank activity. Solve it. Okay, you have to solve it by yourself. You can practice your knowledge over here. If you have solved the queries, that's done. Great job. I'm going to give you an activity. What you are supposed to do, you will draw some continents of the world. Okay, just like the kids are having chart papers of continents in their hands, same as you have to create this activity. You will first of all you will draw the shapes of all continents, and then you have to paste that on a piece of chart paper, same like the kids as they're having a picture. By holding the chart paper in their hands, you will ask your parents or your siblings to capture your picture, and you have to send this to me, and after that I will decide who is going first, second, or third. So there would be a competition of this activity. The other idea is you can take formic sheet, or you can take different color pages or chart papers on which you can cut the continents properly, and then you can paste on the chart paper. And do not forget to mention the labels and location of the map. As you can see, there is a distance between continents. You can take help from Google. You can look at the map of the world, and later on you can do this activity. So this is all for today. Hope you have enjoyed this. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.